Okay, this is the stretch section, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different this week. I always like to change it up. I don't want you to get bored. So I really want us to find a good posture, because I think that the stretch section can also be about just having our bodies aligned, all right? So I'm kind of jumping the gun because that's one of the Fab 5 focus points in the focus section, but this is gonna be a little bit more about finding our alignment. So the first thing I want you to do, I'm sitting, and you can sit too for this, but if you stand, it's all the same. It just might feel a little bit different when you're standing. Do whatever you need to do. If you're sitting, where you feel like you're sitting is a big deal. So if you're sitting in a chair that has a bucket and you're kind of leaning back, well, that can be good because you're sort of tucking in your hips, but you may be doing it too much and rounding your back too much. So a lot of choir directors say sit on the edge of your chair. That's usually why, because it kind of takes care of it. It doesn't have to be that though. I'm on a piano bench, it's very flat, so I'm pretty good if I just sit down and then roll my hips forward. I'm just letting the small of my back, the lower part of my back, not be too curved, overcorrected, okay? So I'm just rolling, tucking the hips under, and then I'm just gonna bring it, I'm gonna take it even further, I'm gonna bring it forward so that I'm rounding my lower back. Okay, this is a stretch. This is totally a stretch. And then I'm gonna breathe in through my nose and breathe into that part of my back, okay? It's gonna feel like I'm breathing there. I'm stretching those muscles, okay? Breathe in and hold it and let it out. I'm breathing in through the nose so that I can get a really nice lower back. Those muscles can really feel like I can control the expansion. And then when I breathe out through my mouth. Okay, one more time. Now, one thing you're doing is you're stretching those muscles, but you're also just activating those muscles, knowing how to sort of control them. They're involuntary muscles, so you have to like figure out how to let them ebb and flow, contract, and expand, because that is what you're hopefully going to use when you're breathing, okay? When you're having a nice low breath support. Okay, now you're rounded down still. I want you to roll back up, but not roll up so much that you do that overcorrecting thing again. They call it being sway backed. Try to not have that, because this is where your posture really can kick in and you can use your entire body as the tree trunk that you want it to be, okay? Now I'm going to put my hand on my chest, and I'm going to put one hand on my back, the small of my back, and I just want to feel where that is. Am I sticking way forward? Am I tucking in too much? I'm just going to sort of feel my body and know where it is. Kind of get a body scan check, okay? So I'm rolling my hips under one more time because I think I need that. That feels a lot better. My upper body just aligned. It didn't even need any work. It just needed my lower back to kind of kick into place. And then I'm gonna take my finger and feel for the little hole that's right there in the back and gently pull up so that I'm getting a little expansion of the spine. And now I just went from 5'2" to 5'2.25". Maybe I got even taller. Oh, I'm so tall now. Look at me. Just look at me. Okay, now when I put my arm down, I want to keep everything just as is. And I look really stiff right now. I don't want to stay super stiff while I'm singing, but I at least want to get to this really good start. Now, that is not necessarily a conventional stretch per se, but I feel so much better. I'm not leaning one part of my body on another part of my body. I feel lighter. So if this helps you and you want to hear more, I can do these more in the stretch section and focus more on these than just an actual like sirens and slides if you want. You can always email me and I can add more of this posture stuff to it. I also like that we didn't really focus on the shoulders like all of us usually do as singers. We focused on the spine and the back, and it made the shoulders do exactly what they were supposed to do. in my case anyway. Maybe if you really have a rounded shoulder situation, you might need to do a little bit more work, but it's a nice start. It's really a nice start. I'm going to keep my spine elongated, and I'm going to go right into the focus section with this awesome posture.